For this lecture video, we'll talk about the design of a beam bearing plates. The design of a beam bearing plate is actually straightforward. It consists of 3 major steps, and each step addresses a different possible failure mode. The goal is to ensure that not only the steel beam is safe, but also the supporting concrete and the bearing plate itself. Let's discuss each step one by one. Step 1 is to determine the dimensions LB, or the bearing length. Basically, that is the end po from our previous discussion about web yielding and web crippling. So, yun yung kinukuhang length ng beam bearing plate. So, ito yan. Okay? Oh. So, the main purpose of this step is to prevent the web yielding and the web crippling of the beam. So, ano ba ang ibig sabihin nito? Remember that the reaction force from the support is transferred directly to the beam web. So, if this reaction is concentrated over a very short distance, the web may not be able to resist the compressive force. There are 2 possible failure. Yun na nga, the first one is the web yielding. So, this happens when the compressive stress exceeds the yield strength of the beam web, causing permanent deformation. The second one is the web crippling. Unlike web yielding po, web crippling is a local buckling failure. So, nangyayari, instead of simply yielding, the web suddenly folds or buckles. So, nagbe-bend siya yung web natin because of the concentrated load is too high. So, in simple terms, we increase the bearing length, LB or N, so that the load is distributed over a larger portion of the web. So, pag mas mahaba ang contact area ng LB, mas maliit ang stress na nararanasan po ng web. Then, the second step, determine the plate width or the B. So, after determining the required bearing length, we proceed to the second step, which is determining the plate width B. So, at this stage, we are no longer checking the beam po. So, instead, we are checking the supporting material. So, dito na tayo nakapokus dun sa another support, which is usually concrete. So, notice that the bearing area is equal to, so tandaan yung bearing area is equal to the B times the length of the bearing plate. So, the larger the bearing area, the lower the bearing pressure acting on the concrete. So, pagka malaki po yung area ng bearing plate natin, ang mangyayari is, mas evenly madidistribute yung bearing pressure dun sa concrete support. Usually, yung mga concrete support natin, kung saan nakapatong yung mga beam is walls or column. So, if the bearing plate po is too narrow, the concrete underneath ito may experience excessive bearing stress and eventually crash. So, yun yung iniingatan natin na hindi masyadong magkaroon ng malaking bearing pressure dun sa concrete. Kaya yung remedyo is pinapalaki yung area ng bearing plate. So, kaya pag mas malapad, lumalaki yung contact area at hindi makakarash yung concrete support. Then, the third step po is determine the plate thickness. The final step is to determine the plate thickness T. So, even if the beam and the concrete are already safe na, the plate itself, so dito na tayo nag-check dun sa plate na mismo, must also be strong enough. Why? Because the bearing plate behaves like a small cantilever extending beyond the beam flange. So, di ba, kung iisipin natin yung mode of failure ng plate, so may bending na mangyayari dun sa extended portion ng bearing plate natin. So, pwede itong mag-bend ng ganyan. Kaya, yung ginagawa, dinedesign natin yung thickness para ma-lessen or maiwasan yung bending na ganito or pag-failed ng bearing plate ng ganyan. So, as the beam transfers load to the plate, the unsupported portion of the plate bends downward. So, if the plate is too thin naman po, excessive bending stress may develop. So, magkakaroon dito ng failure dun sa plate mismo kung masyadong manipis yung pagka-design ng thickness. So, as a result, the plate may permanently deform or even fail. So, therefore, we compute the required thickness so that the plate has sufficient bending strength to resist the applied load. So, in other words po, dapat sapat yung kapal ng plate para hindi siya mag-bend habang inililipat ang load mula dun sa beam papunta dito sa support. So pagdating sa concrete bearing strength, dito papasok yung step 2. Ang goal natin is to make sure na hindi makrush ang concrete support dahil sa load na galing dito sa steel plate. Kasi nga, ang mangyayari, yung load ng beam, matatransfer dito sa concrete using the bearing plate. So, depende sa type of material, sandstone, limestone, or concrete, may different allowable stresses po ito. So, if concrete ang support, kapag buong area ng support, ang tinatakpan ng plate ito, the allowable stress is 0.85 FC prime. So, inawin natin yung ibig sabihin ng full area of concrete. Pagka full area, yung length ng bearing plate, yung LB, is equal to the thickness ng support. Usually kasi, yung mga beam natin, nakapatong yan sa wall. Na kung familiar tayo na ang thickness dito ng wall, typically nasa 200 or 150, from 150 to 200 mm. Kung equal yung LB dun sa thickness ng wall, so makukonsider po yan dun sa full area ng concrete support. So na-cover niya. Then, dito naman, on less than the full area of concrete support, ito yung tinutukoy. So, tingnan natin yung difference ng dalawang figure. So, this time, yung LB dito or yung N, hindi niya na cover yung buong thickness ng wall. Kaya yung magiging formula para makompute po yung bearing strength ng concrete is equal to 0.85 FC prime times the square root of area 2 over area 1. Then, chinecheck pa natin siya dun sa upper limit ng bearing strength ng concrete na hindi dapat siya lalampas sa 1.70 FC prime times the area 1. Yung area 1 is the bearing area. Ito mismo yung area 1. Ito yung area 1, yung area mismo ng bearing plate. Then yung area 2 naman po is the full cross-sectional area of concrete support. So kung itong wall natin may thickness na 200, then same siya dun sa, sunod siya sa base nung bearing plate natin, B. So yun yung tinutukoy dyan na area 2 ng full cross-sectional area. Okay, so as per NSCP 2015 po, so meron tayong kinoconsider na design philosophy. Yung reduction factor for LRFD is 0.65. Then for the ASD naman po, ang safety factor is 2.31. So usually kasi, sa mga computation, yung kinoconsider natin is yung bearing strength na P. So sa full area po, ito yung formula na in terms of kilonewton yan or naka-newton. Usually yung makukuha yung sagot dyan naka-newton. So 0.85 FC prime times the area 1. Then on less than the full area naman po ng concrete support, ang value po ng bearing strength is 0.85 FC prime times area 1 times the square root of area 2 over area 1. Then chine-check natin siya dun sa upper limit, 1.7 FC. So the general formula of the bearing stress is equal to R over Bn, where R po is the support reaction in Newton, B is the width of the bearing plate, N is the length of the bearing plate, which must be checked for web crippling and web yielding. So, yung N natin, nagda-design tayo based dun sa failure na nangyayari dito sa web. So, dalawa yung limit state dito, the web yielding and the web crippling. While sa B naman po, dinadesign natin to based dun sa bearing strength ng support. So, dito. Then, yung thickness naman, dinadesign natin to based naman sa bending ng steel plate itself. So, ito yung figure natin for the plate thickness. So, may variable N po dito, which is the length of the critical section for bending of the plate. So, paano nakukompute yung N? So, yung kalahati ng B or base po ng bearing plate. So, B over 2. Then, isubtract lang natin yung K. Yung K dyan, makukuha natin dun sa section properties na fillet weld, no? Siya yung fillet weld ng hot or cold rolled wide flange. So, napag-usapan na natin yan before. Siya yung parang curve between the flange po and the web. So, yan yung K. Then, ano yung importance ng N? So, sa formula po ng plate thickness for LRFD, so ito yung gagamitin nyo. So, T is equal to the square root of 2.22 times RU. So, take note na yung gagamitin mo dyan na reaction is a factored load na po na naka-LRFD. Ibig sabihin, kung ang binigay is dead load, and live load. So, kailangan mo i-multiply ito sa load factor na 1.2 plus 1.6 live load. Then, yung N po is galing dun sa formula na to, na B minus K lang, no? So, N is equal to B over 2 minus K, N squared all over the base times yung length po ng bearing or yung N. So, mas kilala natin siya as N. Then, times Fy. So, take note, yung Fy dyan is yung yield strength mismo ng plate. Okay? Kasi, may encounter kayo na dalawa ang given na Fy. So, may isa given po for the beam. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang beam daw is grade 50, yan yung may W shape natin, kasi gamit siya for computing the web yielding or web crippling. Then, yung isang Fy naman, syempre, doon na mismo sa yield strength ng plate. Okay. Then, for ASD naman po, yung thickness is equal to 3.34 RA times N squared over BL times Fy. So, nag-iba lang dito yung multiplier, 3.34 for ASD. Then, syempre, ang reaction dyan, yung service load lang. Wala tayong minumultiply na 1.2 or 1.6 kasi ASD to.